I'm Angie Foster, and I have been working in real estate for around about 17 years, and James is my son.
I'm James Lowe, completely unrelated to the Lowe & Co director Craig Lowe. It is a total coincidence, but I'm sure that would be impossible for everyone to believe.
Goodness, I didn't change my last name.
Yeah, it would have been way more confusing. We've actually discussed multiple times getting a kind of family tree done up for all our property info packs, just to kind of avoid the conversation.
I reckon the bulletin is kind of like a really brief little online magazine, and I read a lot of magazines. I don't know if you've seen the shots of them, but I've got piles of them, and I think the bulletin kind of gets for me the best of interior design tips and our thoughts on various things around the home that you can do, but also some good info on what's happening in the market. And because the lovely Bella helps us put the bulletin together, it's also very aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, and we do try to kind of cater to, everyone. Like, there's stuff in there for buyers, for sellers, for home lovers, or even just style and design. So yeah, I think there's a little bit of something for everyone. It's been a difficult... I've been in real estate for about 2.5 years. And it's been kind of
He started when he was a toddler.
Yeah. It's been kind of the most difficult time in real estate. I remember when I started in 2023, the market was completely dead. Like, there wasn't really anything happening at all. And now we are seeing, transaction volumes increase. And we've kind of reached a little bit of a new normal, but it's still very slow out there. Still, people are very cautious, and a lot of buyers who aren't quite ready to buy yet. So just in that research phase.
It's very similar to when I first started in real estate, which was in 2008, which was directly after the global financial crisis. So the kind of, I suppose, caution shown amongst buyers at the moment, fear that things might even get worse, does make it quite hard for people to commit to properties that they find. I think that we're in a really similar kind of a market now.
Yeah, even with the kind of stagnation of any capital growth is very similar to that period. What I think Angie and myself both really love about living and working in Wellington is we get to do a lot of our business in our home suburb. So we live in Mount Victoria, the Lowe & Co office is in Mount Victoria, and so we're trying to kind of get, majority of our listings here in Mount Victoria, because we love to work with our neighbours. Angie's always walking the dog around the neighbourhood, so sees when renovations are happening, and so we're able to feel, really a part of the community.
And I really enjoy meeting people from other suburbs as well, and, hearing their story, because part of being in real estate is also being included in a sort of a chapter of people's lives. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, sometimes exciting, sometimes depressing. But we're very much a part of that during their sale process, or even if we're, helping a buyer search for a property. So I find it a real privilege for people to include us in that, and we certainly don't take it lightly.
Well, it's more important than ever to be supporting local businesses. We're seeing places shut down left, right and centre in Wellington, and it's a really tough economy to be running any kind of business. And so, going out once a week to eat can feel like, quite a small effort in the grand scheme of things, but just doing a little bit really counts for all those businesses, and a lot of people can't. They're kind of worried about their own financial situation, and so don't have the spare money to go get a coffee once a week. So we just like to do our bit and, shed some light on some businesses that are, able to thrive in an economy that's really struggling.
And I think there's a lot of people in Wellington who like to Wellington bash and, talk about all the things that aren't working well in Wellington. And,
which we're not, invincible to. We can definitely have our moments.
Yep. But, the vibe of the city and, I think that, as James said, not everyone is going to be able to go out and support local businesses, even if they wanted to. But if you can, then, I think it's really important to be a part of getting some positive vibes back into the city by supporting our local businesses who really are a key part of our community that, really is the glue that holds us all together.
And if we can put a positive message out there and get a coffee and, a nice feed every Friday, then it sounds like a win-win to me.